Hello, everybody. This is Tom. There we go. I didn't do that for Dennis's game. I just saw it as I'm rusty. I'm calling the Minnesota at Buffalo. Did I have that right? Minnesota at Buffalo. So, in terms of who's home, SOMIFA semifinal between Dale Ripley with Joe Burrow in the 4 wide. And we are on the way kick down to the 2-yard line. Ray McLeod returns it 17 yards for the Bills, who will receive the ball first. I don't think I got to see the coin toss. I'm going to assume Minnesota won and deferred, as that is all the rage. Going back quite a while now. Probably around 10 years. If not longer. These two teams were 11-6 in the regular season, the first 17-game season for SOMIFA, the 5 seeds. I believe it was Buffalo barely defeating the Rams by 1 point to advance to this game. Minnesota defeating the 13-4 Raiders 38-23. Ben Roethlisberger in his last go-around. Look at this. Quarterback in for Buffalo. One pass, Terry McCall. The defense against his run. McCall to cover by 5. One pass wrong. Receiver 8+25. No fumble. First down for Buffalo up toward midfield. As these Vikings have got, it looks like 2 6s, unless that was a safety 6, moving up in the linebacker zone. The middle linebacker is a 6. So all 5s in coverage. That was a free safety 6. They go 0-6-4 at linebacker, left to right in terms of left linebacker, middle linebacker, right linebacker, although it's actually reversed on your screen because they're in the north end. Short pass, Terry McCollum gets correctly incomplete. They play a 4-3, do the Vikings. I'm still rusty. I know I'm going to get all kinds of good comments like, oh, you don't sound rusty. Whatever. I'm going to lose my Roku thing here, which tends to make things not work. 2nd and 10 for the Bills in their own 44. Hubbard and James Robinson in the backfield playing a pro set. Chiba Hubbard, flat pass, correct double team. For rookie Pat Fryermuth, Friar Tuck, I like to call him. Kadarius Toney also on this Buffalo squad. Scott, an excellent drafter. So not surprised he takes a flyer in a first round pick who was struggling, perhaps. And Toney, 3rd and 10 now for Buffalo after a couple of incompletes following the bomb. They go 3 wide. Kenny Galladay is the 3rd receiver. He's covered by a 5-2. Vikings looking good over there in the secondary. All 5s, including the slot corner and a safety 6. 0-6-4 at linebacker. My scrolling doesn't work the greatest. Flat pass right to Galladay. Quandary digs double teaming, though. Decent idea to throw it at that 0. And it is complete, but for only 1 yard. It was not a white die 6. So it would have been a modest gain at best. Defender +2 or +5 would have been +2. And out comes the punter. Riley Dixon, the punt, goes 49 yards. Looks like about the 6-yard line for Jalen Waddle, the rookie for the Vikings, who elects to allow the ball to bounce, and it does 10 yards into the end zone, creating a touchback. Vikings come out, and for those of you who have played Dale Ripley, he is the master of the 4 wide. I give Nathan, of course, is excellent with the 3 wide. Dale was sort of the guy to be doing that, like regularly. No one does it, just him. Nathan also does it really, really well. It's not an easy offense to make run. Many of us have tried, and many of us have failed. But he's got Joe Burrow, Nick Chubb, very reminiscent of when he had. I forget who won the Super Bowl with. Well, if that left the Nick Chubb defense guessing run, brings the safety up. They're leaving the long pass free. And you got 4s covering guys. That's the danger there. It was a white die 2, so the guess correct run call was important. Would have been 6 yards otherwise. But he had a really good Jordan Howard card back when Howard was with the Bears, now on the Seattle Seahawks in SOMIFA, as Dennis tries to win yet another championship. And it's 4 wide all the time, pretty much, for Joe Burrow and the Vikings. And Tyler Lockett, Adam Thielen, Stephon Diggs, Marquez Callaway, off tackle left to Chubb again. The nose tackle is a 0. And is a white die 1, which nerfs Nick Chubb down to the right column. Gain of 2 instead of gain of 5, 3rd and 8. The Bills play a default 3-4, so they're not too upset about going 3-3-5, but that's a nose tackle 0, which is alarming. I know that Dale's got excellent pass blocking on this unit. 3rd and 8. Amari Cooper checks in. So there's even some receiver substitutions on this club. There's a 6 at one corner for the Bills covering Tyler Lockett. 4 everywhere else in the secondary. By 2-6 at linebacker. Travis DeMarcus Callaway not being double teamed. Covered by 4. No pass rush really on. Unless these guys are really good rushing, which I doubt they are. Receiver gets right plus 16. That first down to Callaway. He's got a very solid short pass right column for a extra receiver. 4.914. That's a 19.26 with a nice average, as demonstrated by his 16-yard pickup right there. It's a long game, and 10-12 gets wrong. Not going to get too many wrong calls in the 4 wide. A 2 linebacker 6s. So you see a lot of downfield passing, and by which I mean short pass and long pass, not a bomb fest for the Vikings. Long pass to Marcus Callaway. 4 back there, and a 4 covering. And much pass rush, so he could dump off opportunities. Not a clean long game on Joe Burrow's call. Complete for 33 yards. The first game ever calling Joe Burrow, who many would say may have passed Josh Allen as the second best quarterback in the AFC in the NFL. And Joe's got 7 units of completion here with 6 units of adequate must run, I believe. But he also has quite a few interceptions, nearly 4 full units. And I hope I'm live. I'll double check this. I'm not going to stay here. I think this is going to happen. Play. I'm going to check my connection right now. We're 5 minutes into the first quarter, the opening quarter of this Super Bowl matchup. First and 10 Vikings. Looking back to Nick Chubb. Defense double teaming elsewhere. There's a 6 at the middle linebacker. There's a 6 at the right linebacker. But 5 is complete for 6 yards on Joe Burrow's card, as he is maxed out on the flat pass. Those linebacker 6s are really, really helpful. But you can still get your 4 and 5 yards here on your quarterback's card, guess correctly. Maybe a receiver card, depending on who you got there. Diggs is probably all kinds of flat pass right yardage. And Strat's done a decent job of bumping up some of these receiver right flat pass yardage situations, because that's how a lot of these guys get used in the NFL. 2nd and 4, defense calls run. Flat pass led to KJ Osborne, who checked in. A revolving door of receivers over there. Is that the 4th spot? That is the 4th receiver spot. We've seen Adam Thielen, Amari Cooper, and KJ Osborne, as Dale likes to keep his guys fresh. Perhaps he's concerned about his Strat receiver fatigue rule. Don't think we have that. 3rd and 2. I know we don't if you're listening at home. 4 wide, 1 halfback. 3rd and 2, Dale, a former SOMIFA champion, running a 4 wide. I cannot remember who his quarterback was that year. I know Brian Hoyer went far one time. That might have been Brian Hoyer. I don't recall. And Jordan Howard was the running back. Flat pass left to Diggs. Defense double teaming elsewhere. 6 linebacker there. Joe Burrow's card is pretty much immaculate here. Picked off 2 to 5. The defense. Snake eyes picked off on the 20-yard line. Could go all the way. 8 out of 36. We did 2, 3, 9, and 12. 6s plus 12. Leonard Williams, the defensive end, couldn't get the rush going. Saw what Burrow was doing. Put his paw up. Patted the ball up. Skillfully caught it. Stiff on the offensive tackle. Rumble for 12 yards before being brought down by Stephon Diggs and the hustling center, whoever that is. Now it's 1st and 10 for Buffalo at their own 32. Strat doesn't get the tackle here. Right midway through the first quarter, a big turnover. I thought Burrow might give a couple of picks. Looking back to Justin Jefferson, being double teamed, and why not? As possibly the NFL's best receiver right now. Certainly one of the top 2, maybe Tyreek Hill. Certainly NFL's most productive receiver, and he's young. Flat pass left to Chuba Hubbard. Defense double team Jefferson again. 7 gets right for 5 yards. Big Ben, not what he once was, as you can imagine, his last card, but still maxed out flat. It's interesting. He maxed out flat, but on the right, maxed out flat raw, but on the right, you've still got 1 for 5 units for incompletion. You do get the split on 11 for plus 2. Even gets right. So that's an unusual thing. And perhaps a way for Strat to nerf his average gain. 3rd and 5 now for the Bills. I think that's Jamal Williams who's checked in the game. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Friar Tuck is the tight end. Terry McLaurin and Justin Jefferson wideouts. Kenny Galladay. is the third wide. Zero's an outside linebacker. That little bit of linebacker is 6. Are we going to see him slide out at all? He's kind of just stood there so far. It's a little cat and mouse. You do a bit of linebacker slide out, safety up to the other side, perhaps. Allow your 5s to play deep. Dare to throw looking at the 6. If you're wrong, it's guessed wrong and pretty much an automatic first down, but you don't play aggressively, you get nothing. Short pass, Kenny Galladay, Foreman in zone, 1 blitz on. And that is a 4 incomplete on the Minnesota defensive cards. You've got the average ones, but was good because they got home field advantage. 63-yard punt down to the goal line with Jaden Waddle will presumably let it bounce, and he does. Vikings know their formula. Give me a pretty decent quarterback, and Burrow's better than that, although he throws picks in this card. And give me 4 good receivers and some pass blocking and back. Nick Chubb is more than that. And, of course, Jalen Waddle had a big year in the NFL. Nathan predicting that correctly. And he'll step into the starting lineup next year. Short pass to Marcus Callaway from that 4 wide, coming by 4. Foreman there, 6 is incomplete. 1, 5, 11, 15. 15 units of completion on Joe Burrow. Short pass right guard, 6 units of must run. I'm going to assume that at least 2 to 7 is 5 yards on that, but almost 2 clean units of interception. 2 to 9 on 11. So, I mean, I know you got picked up in the flat pass before, but with these 2 linebacker 6s out of 3 for the Bills, if he's going to throw a lot of short passes and long passes against that good, throwing it to 4 men or long pass 1 man, guess right, almost every play, even with Nick Chubb out there are interception opportunities. So you may see multiple picks today. Flat pass right to Nick Chubb, throwing at the 4. Double team match. So linebacker in zone next to Shokeem Leonard Floyd makes the play, known for his pass rushing acumen more. But once you don't get that white die 6 throwing flat at the 4, you know it's only 50-50. You'll see if it's the 6 and then it's 13 yards and a 7. Once you get linebacker in zone next to Shokeem, it's a 50-50 shot because the 6 white die would have shown you a different result. I always get annoyed. Oh, come on, he's a 4. But I'm like, well, it was 50-50. Otherwise, I would have seen it right away. It's not 50-50 mathematically, you know what I'm saying? Well, but linebacker double team on us. Here we see a linebacker slide out. Good call by Scott. Would have been incomplete anyway. And forces a 4th down and 10. As we're a little defensive here in the first quarter. Although the Vikings had a good opening drive. Punt by Jake Bailey goes 50 yards. That'll be down to the Buffalo 30-yard line. Let's see who the returner is. Fumble -2. Fumble by the returner. That is Ray McLeod. Ray with the nay, not the nay dance, but the nay as a no-no. Saying nay, I will not return. I'm belaboring the point. But he fumbled it at his own 28. Vikings recover, so the turnovers are even. Nothing you can do about that. I feel like even like that long pass Tyler Lockett. Single coverage against the 6. And defender extra plus 29, Darius Slay. He's okay. Makes the play every day. And Tyler Lockett cannot go all the way. 2nd and 10 for the Vikings at the Buffalo 28. 4 wide, 1 halfback. Jalen Waddle checking in. Just playing musical chairs over there at the 3 and 4 receiver, it looks like. McNick Chubb even gets his run, bring the safety up, dropping Adam Thielen's guy back into the long pass zone. Guess right is -1. That was a white die 2, so the run call was necessary. Otherwise, it would only +2. Still, it's a 3-yard net, 3rd and 11. That helps. If you get a dump off for 7 yards or something, perhaps. Let's see how Buffalo plays this 3rd and 11. Dollars to donuts, the Vikings are going short or long. That seems to be what Dale is wanting to put out there in this game. Short and long. He's taking a few long shots already and then running with Chubb. Short pass to Tyler Lockett. Correct double team by Deion Bush. True double team. Only 3 rushers. No blitz on. Up the play. 10 receiver double team. Guessed correctly. Is incomplete. Would have been +17 and a huge first down. Otherwise, it says a long field goal attempt for Daniel Carlson. 4-6-yard attempts. Not that long nowadays. I have no idea how he is. We're about to find out. 2-9 is good. 3-0 Vikings. And a quick kick where no one was kicking. Went to the 8-yard line, returned 24 yards by Ray McLeod, who's hearing his name mentioned a lot in the first quarter, more than Buffalo would like after that fumbled punt return, but they held the Vikings to a field goal and not even a first down. And it's off tackle right to Chuba Hubbard. I call him Chuba. 5.56. I had that wrong. On that 4-3 defense for the Vikings, +8. But Chuba's got a very nice, very decent looking off tackle wrong card there. And Scott generally invests in the offensive line. Not a good off tackle right guard, that's for sure. But you got tackle 6s and a right guard 5. Off tackle left to James Hollywood Robinson. Ooh, 8 gets wrong is +6. That's a nice card. That's sexy. Shocking on 6, 7, 10, 11 plus 20. That's not what the Jets were getting. They should want a Dennis trade for SSFA. 1st and 10 for the Bills at their own 46. 5 balls left to Chuba. 2 men in zone. And Dale does the slide out there with the 6. He slides out and brings the safety up on the other side. By the way, if Dale or Scott are listening, stop listening, because you should not be listening. It's like a rule. Do not listen to the broadcast if you're playing. Not that you're going to get all kind of great tips or anything, but you should not be doing that. It just it feels wrong. Off tackle right to James Robinson. Offensive onside tackle +8 and +3. Tyron Smith makes the block. Longtime Buffalo Bill, original draftee, original. He was Bills of the team that drafted him originally when he was eligible. That was a long way to go. The Bills drafted him and kept him. 3rd and 2 for the Bills at the Minnesota 46. They're in Viking territory for the first time today. Linebacker James Robinson. Defense calls pass. 4-3. Left tackle 0-9. He's a 5. Makes the play. Malik McDowell with the 5. That's why he got drafted in the 3rd round in SSFA for the rating, because his future is non-existent. 4th and 2 for the Bills. Are they going to go? Should I stay or should I go? He's going to go. Welcome to the new age of football. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to America. There's another song I had in my head. Not Welcome to America. What's the other song? Dale riding those 4, 5, 5, 6s. Not these backs, I think, a particularly good guess right guard. I'd have to see on Hollywood. I call him Hollywood. Linebacker to Hollywood. 4-3. Defense everything else to right guard. +7 and +2. He's a 5. Connor Williams makes the ball. 5 and a 5. 7 yards. First down for the Bills at the Minnesota 39-yard line. James Hollywood Robinson was a basketball player for the Portland Trailblazers. I had one of my Strat teams low those many years ago when I was playing Strat basketball. So that's why this James Robinson will be called Hollywood, even though he's not known by that at all in the NFL. In New York, he's known more as Off-Broadway. That's his performance this year. 1st and 10. Off tackle left to Jamal Williams. And the defense blitzing else for 7. Short game for Jamal. He's got a very nice card. +18 down to the 21-yard line. So we saw Scott come out with a lot of flat passes. A bomb to Terry McLaurin. Defense now sitting back in that foot that trying to let those run defenders in the 4-3 do the work. Calling pass. And Buffalo's been running it on them to the tune of 1 yard outside the red zone here in the final moments of the first quarter. Buffalo trails nothing. Linebacker to Jamal Williams. Defense getting passed. They've been wrong almost every play on this drive. It's about 5 or 6 straight runs. Jamal gets 5 yards. Wrong almost every running play in this drive. They won correctly, I believe. And they have to do better than that. Have to bring some linebackers up, or you have to call some run. Otherwise, if this continues, you will lose. 2nd and 5 for the Bills as we ended the first quarter. Started the second. That was about a 20-minute first quarter. It's set to a pace for 80-minute game. Looking back to Chuba Hubbard. Defender -3, -1. That'll be incomplete. One good thing about throwing that looking. Annoying, though. The guy, it's still a loss of a yard. I think someone's knocking on my door. I'm going to mute myself. Hold on. Forgive me, folks. I unexpected intruder. She knew that I was busy, and she interfered anyway. 1st and 10 for the Bills at the Minnesota 1 minute second quarter. So I missed everything that happened. But we see a Ben Roethlisberger looking for Jamal Williams. 5 yards. I'm not going to scroll up because I missed the action here. Off tackle right to Jamal Williams. Successful run call from the 4-3 blitz, while also flooding a flat 12 is -1. And I bet that was going wrong. That was 9 yards. Look at that. Jamal Williams off tackle wrong card. One of the Bills semifinals, along with some good coaching. Got to run the ball, right, Zeb? Second and 11 for the Bills at the Minnesota 12. Defense fourth blitz, as many teams like to do inside the 20. Certainly down just outside the 10. That's off tackle left to Chuba Hubbard. Defense calls run again, 2 plays in a row, and it's rewarded. It's only a 2-yard gain for Chuba the Booba. It would have been 4 yards. So after watching Buffalo pretty much march uncontested from about the 50 down to the 20, Minnesota's defense finally started looking for the run, and they were rewarded by the first third and long we've seen in a while. 3rd and 9 at the Minnesota 10 for Buffalo. This is a big play here. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Defense showing blitz. My scrolling over doesn't work so great. I have no idea what these pass blocking things look like. On a different mouse system, as some of you may know, my calamities of about a year and a half ago. Flat pass left, Herman calling, throwing at the 4. Receiver guessed right for 17 yards, 5 with a touchdown. And now Buffalo's got 4th and 2 at the Minnesota 3-yard line. The greater Matt Prater is on for the kick. All right, he's gonna go for the kick. Let's advise fake for the wire over there first. 11 is good. 2 to 11 good. Good thing he got inside the 12. That's a little too high. Pull the sheet down some. No. All right, I'll see you Friday. This is the part of the broadcast where you learn that I have Alexa. Alexa, light off. Okay, I could like music in the background. So that was a touchback on the kickoff. 3 minutes into the second quarter, we're tied at 3. 4 wide for Minnesota. I should just call it if they don't go 4 wide. Off tackle right to Nick Chubb. Nobody there. Guess wrong. Defensive end +2 or +9. Chris Wormley worms his way past the tackle, the offensive tackle, and makes the tackle. Only a 2-yard gain. He is a 5. 2nd and 8. This game was not advertised, I think, until about 4 hours ago, so it could be why the ratings are down. Amari Cooper now in at 3rd receiver, Adam Thielen at 4th. KJ Osborne moved out. So move guys around here. Off tackle left, Nick Chubb. Defense calls pass. 8 on the defense, 11 with the box, +21. And those are the types of plays that Dale can realize from his multiple receiver formation. He's going to get killed on the run blocking ratings, which is why he never really cares about drafting good run blockers. He just wants to pass blocking, or acquiring, I should say. He's going to get killed in some white dies, although Chubb's got the 7-short game right and wrong, which will mitigate some of that. But he can pop a +21 on you on that 8. He gets a wrong call. Long pass to Marcus Callaway. Safety 4 is there. Defense gets correctly. 1 man there. 7 incomplete on Joe Burrow. I don't know who that right mind would start saying Burrowhead. You're going to go for the Chiefs. Not a good move. 2nd and 10 for the Vikings. A close game anyway, but of course, but not saying an impact. Wouldn't do it. Flat pass to Adam Thielen gets incorrectly throwing at the floor. Defender +1 or +3 is only 3 yards, so that hurts the Vikings. You get a flat pass wrong against the 4. You're thinking minimum about 8 yards to feel happy, right? To feel content. Maybe 7. Anything worse than that, you're like, eh. 3rd and 7 Vikings, the Buffalo 49. So going to go for the first down and or punt with the dump off certainly in play, or is he going to try and gain at least 4, break it, and then go for the first down? Looking past what he ballsy here. He's probably not going to slide him out because he knows of the threat of the run, especially shotgun or cat and mouse. You will give Chubb the run here, though. Short pass to Callaway, double teamed by the linebacker. The middle linebacker did slide out, so the slide out challenge look, it would have worked wonderfully. Instead, it's a receiver double team incomplete. And the Vikings will punt. It's been a defensive first half to some degree. And that punt goes booming into the end zone. Even Ray McLeod will let this one go by for a touchback. 1st and 10. All over again. There's a song that's been in my head for about 48 hours. No Rain by Blind Melon, if you know it. Do, 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 do. Off tackle left to Chuba Hubbard. Defense called pass. 3 is only a gain of 2 yards. Chuba's card a little more in the 7 to 12 range. It looked nice when I first looked at it, but that 3 to 6, of course, the dreaded 5 in there is only 2, 4, 0, and 2. So Chuba needs to live on the 7 to 12 region, 2 and 7 to 12. Live in the 7 to 12 region. 2nd and 8 for the Bills. Short pass, Justin Jefferson. Defense double teaming elsewhere. 3-minute zone. 7 on Big Ben's card is 10 yards and a first down. The sack chance was 1 to 7 for McDowell against Connor Williams, the right guard. Right guard versus left tackle in a 4-3. That was a 17. Therefore, no sack. It is 12, 5, 11, 18, 19. 12, 19 for Big Ben this year, his last card. Reasonable interception, 2 to 5, 11 and 12 for short pass right. Not awful. A little below average in the modern game. Certainly in the 2014 league. 1st and 10 for Buffalo. Off tackle right to Chuba. Defense guesses pass. Nobody there. Tackle 6 or 3. Tyrants makes the block again. Scott says, just give me offensive onside tackle all day long. I got a 6 on both sides, and my players are invincible, impervious to injury, as they should be. 2nd and 4 for the Bills. We're halfway through the second quarter in a nice paced semi-final. Left tackle left to James Robinson. Defense calls run. That is no gain. As I said, neither of these backs has a good guess right card. Well, Hollywood has the short gain on 10. Right and wrong. I'm looking for a secret weapon in the second half. See if Buffalo has somebody that is a second half only guy. I don't know. Williams looks like I'm right either. He's very good. I'm wrong, though. 3rd and 4 for the Bills. Long pass. Justin Jefferson gets wrong. There's a 5 covering him. Nobody there. 10 to long gain on Big Ben's card. 58 yards. He could go all the way, but he's brought down at the 4-yard line from behind by the free safety. I don't remember who he was. I knew his name a minute ago. I know he's a 6. So a huge bomb from Big Ben. 1, 4, 8, 11 units, only 1 pass wrong, but it was 1 pass run, no men, receiver to a maxed out guy. So he had a good chance there. 58 yards to Jefferson. 1st and goal to 4 for the Vikings. The first huge play of the game. End run right to Jamal Williams. 10 plus 5 and a touchdown. Gambling from the 4-yard line because you got -7 to -4 on 7. End run right. That's like the card there, my friend. And the extra point is blocked by the Vikings, and they'll try to run it back, I'm sure. They get 2 points out of it. That would be something to tell your grandparents about. Well, your grandchildren. Grandparents might. Well, let's not go there. We're a little older. 3-yard turn only. What you do about nothing. But the kick is blocked. They get 9-3. That could be a big deal. Interesting game so far. This feels like a 1970s game. 9-3, except that Minnesota's in the 4 wide all the time and throwing a lot. Otherwise, it's just like it. 4 wide, 1 halfback. Off tackle left to Joe. Another guess right call for Scott Mueller. 8 is no yards. Mueller? Anyone? +6 guess wrong. I don't know how many times Chubb has run the ball today. I see 6 carries, 24 yards. I'm going to guess that about 4 of those were guessed correctly, despite Minnesota being in the 4 wide and throwing bombs against force. Long pass run to Adam Thielen. There's a guy back there, but he's nerfed down 0. This could be a big play on the defense's card. 7 is a long game to Burrow's card. +37, first down. 3, 9, 13, 16 long pass wrong units. Oh, boy. I mean, Scott, he's gambling. He's calling a run. It's working well, but that is a risk you take. Giving a guy 16 long pass wrong completions on his card, 10 of them long gains, and then you got the receiver in there, and you got Fords running around in the secondary. It's a tough matchup. Flat pass right to Nick Chubb, covered by 4. We're at the Buffalo 38 for the Vikings. 4:48 to go in the first half. Receiver gets right +5, no fumble. They scared the hell out of you with the fumble thing. 5 out of 6, no fumble. 2nd and 5 for the Vikings. I wonder what Dale has to be to come out of this 4 wide. We're sure inside the 10. I can't say I'm sure. I would imagine with inside the 10. 2nd 5 Vikings, the Buffalo 33. That song is in my head. Do, 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 do. Long pass, Stephon Diggs, even gets him pass. 4 on a 4. The safety's back there. Safety 4, corner 4 is what I mean here. The two defenders, impossible play. Burrow's picks and completions. As a dump off. And receiver gets right 12, incomplete from Maury Cooper. 1, 5, 10, 16, 20. That's one thing back when he had like these guys right now. He's got the names more than the games for these Vikings receivers right now. Although Waddle steps up next year, just got Diggs there and Lockett. But when he's got like 3 or 4 good guys, like those flat pass rights are pretty decent with the dump off. And he's getting a lot of dump offs and throwing a lot of flat passes. I admire his ability to make it work because I cannot. That was a 7 against the 5, so there's no chance of a sack for my first round pick, Creed Humphrey, getting the job done. 3rd and 5 Vikings. Linebacker Nick Chubb. Defense gets incorrectly. No tackle 0. Center plus 10 plus 2. Creed Humphrey, the aforementioned, nerfed down to a 4. And so it's only a 2-yard gain. Would have been a white die 6 anyway. So Creed, as a rookie, would not have gotten it. I suspect we will see the 6-7 for him next year. So it's 3 for the Vikings. The Buffalo 31. The negative field goal is in play. We are in February here in Buffalo, so that's going to be a factor. And sure enough, the Vikings will go for it. Down 9-3. They may do it as well. 4th and 3. 4 wide, 1 halfback. A run call would really, really make it hard for Minnesota. Will we see a bomb? Bomb. We'll see a looking to challenge that middle linebacker 6 who may come up if there's a run call. Perhaps a running key could be in play. I'd like to see a looking pass here. Maybe Tyler Lockett. It's given by 6, but you're not going to get the defender first down there likely anyway. Certainly not in 10 or 11. Off tackle left to Chubb. Defense double team Jalen Waddle. The linebackers there. Guard 7-2. Only a 2-yard gain on 4th and 3. It was a fine measurement. No controversy there. The replay officials hold it up. Cleveland could not make the block. Nerfed down to a 0. Maybe he's a 0 to start with. I don't know. But he's not a 4. Well, he's not a default 5. Nerfed down to a 4, which you would have needed. 5+. And the Bills take over on downs. 3 minutes to go. Big possession here. As Buffalo could make this a 2-score game going to the half. Off tackle left, Chuba Hubbard. Defense incorrectly. Blocking back -1. Jamal Williams could not make the block. I'm guessing Chuba plays fullback on his card. Maybe some Christian McCaffrey holdover action over there from Carolina last year. 2:24 to go, so Buffalo at least ran the clock down a lot. Now let's see, 2:24 to go. Does Buffalo run again to try to either force a timeout and make sure you get the 2-minute warning? Does Minnesota expect that and call run, possibly open themselves up for a flat pass roll or drop in a bomb? Like a right, James Hollywood Robinson's got a good call. Offensive onside tackle. Tyron Smith's name's been called 3 times, I believe, now on the ground. And he is not on the ground there, but his defender may be. There's a 6 versus a 4 white die. Means 8 yards. It is 3rd and 3 for the Buffalo Bills at their own 36. 2-minute warning. This is actually a very big play. You get this first down conversion, you're on your way to possible points for the halftime and keep Minnesota off the board. You fail. Flat pass right to McLaurin. 0 there. Receiver gets right. Incomplete to Terry McLaurin. Terrible. 1, 4, 8, 13, 19, 23. Living up to his nickname in the worst way there with an incomplete pass. And the Bills got a punt, 46 yards. That was a decent chance for Strat. Flat pass against a 0 to McLaurin with Big Ben. You only need 3 yards. Instead, they got a punt. We got a 46-yard punt with a 6-yard return by Esau Winston. Interesting fable. 7, 8, and 12. 11, 6, and 3 for the Buffalo return coverage units. We have 1st and 10 for the Vikings at their own 24. Tackle right to Nick Chubb. Defense gets the pass. No tackle, +8 plus 35. Jerron Creed is a 0. Could not make the play. There's a white die 6 anyway. 35-yard run by Chubb, who has like 2, 3, 11, and 12 in his own card for big yardage. And the dreaded final 2 minutes running back with a lot of big gains in his card. Rears its explosive head here, although it's on the defense's card. And just like that, I told you the 3rd and 3 play was big. Now Minnesota's got a chance to take the lead before the half. Left tackle left to Chubb again. I'm going to damn who brung me. Offensive onside tackle 8-3. Cam Robinson could not make the block. He cannot make any blocks. He is a 0. 2nd and 7. 1:22 to go. Minnesota's not used to timeout yet. And they forego using yet another one as we've got a minute left in the half. They're at the Buffalo 38. Not a bad place to be. 2nd and 7. Minute left. You get all timeouts at the Buffalo 38. A Super Bowl berth at stake. Looking past the Nick Chubb. Defense calls run. The linebacker 6 is there. Burrow gets the defender +1 and +3. Shaq Thompson, the 6 makes the play. Only a 1-yard gain. That was a 6 on a 6. And he's going to have to go hurry up. Maybe call a timeout here. We'll see. I think this way you use a timeout. He goes hurry up. He's worried he's not going to get a first down. Doesn't leave Buffalo extra time, perhaps. Nothing wrong with that line of thinking. This is probably 4-down territory. 3rd and 6. He could run it here to try to break containment and force the Buffalo timeout if he doesn't go anywhere, and use one of his own 3 timeouts to break containment. That's not a bad way to go. I have a hard time imagining Buffalo calling a run here when Dale's been aggressive down the field with Burrow. Show pass to Thielen, who's double teamed by Dean Bush. True double team. 7, right, wrong, and double teamed. Joe Burrow, +12 and a first down. The Buffalo 25 for the hotshot young quarterback out of LSU, who's now 9 of 18 only for $115. No TDs, 1 interception. And Adam Thielen got out of bounds on that sideline route. So the Vikings have all 3 timeouts. And I know he likes to run Chubb in these situations. I have a memory of this. Linebacker Nick Chubb defense calls run again. Let's face it, ballsy play call by Scott on the defense. And he's rewarded. That was a white die 3, not a white die 1. No gain. No gain for Nick Chubb. 2nd and 10. Vikings hold the first timeout. 20 seconds left. We're at the Buffalo 25. Carlson looks like a good kicker. The pass rush seems to be not a factor. Long pass. Nick Chubb is covered by 6. Safety's only a 4. Receiver, box score, 12 incomplete. He did a 3 for +26. That was a white die 6. So he needed an 8 for the defender there. That is literally the only thing on the defense's card that would have helped him. As the receiver readings, well, we saw what happened. 3 would have been +26. The other 34 units resulted in failure. 3rd and 10 for the Vikings. 15 seconds to go. No dump off in play. Final 30 seconds of the half. Short pass to Thielen. Foreman there. 4 incomplete defense, so it's 4th and 10. 8 seconds left. Daniel Carlson comes out. 42-yard field goal attempt, trying to make it 9-6. 2-10. The kick is up and good on a 9. 42-yard field goal makes it 9-6 at the half. Somebody's doing well if they had good gambling boxes for this game. And we are at the half. It's been about a 40-minute half, so it was a 20-minute first quarter. You may assume some slight slower play if we have a closer game. If we have a close game in the fourth quarter, or even late third quarter. And Buffalo's, or somebody's got Kene Nwangwu as their kick returner. I think his touchdown might be on 4. It's at least on 3. These men are in good coaching condition. They don't need a break. They've got their mental fortitude ready to go. They're steeled for action. And we drive by and we press on. A touchback. I don't think I've had either one of these guys in the interview, so don't look for that after this game. It's dinner time in the Crowley house, so who knows if he'll make an appearance. I'd say probably not. Well, tackle left to Nick Chubb. Linebacker go -1 to +4. Roquan Smith, only 4 against the run. 64 for Roquan. And that's one way to do it. He's calling pass, but the linebackers up there to help a little bit. And since he plays at a faulty 4, he gets credit for them, basically. Flat pass, I'm not sure that rule on the 4th particularly, but I know there's an issue there. Flat pass right to Jalen Waddle, receiver 4 +7 is the first down. Not a lot of yards on Waddle's card here on the flat pass right, but 25 units of positive yard completion, although 8 of those are for 3 and 4 yards. So we have 17 units of 5 yards more. Flat pass right to Amari Cooper, 1st and 10 as he checks into the game at the 3rd wide receiver spot. They're both covered by 4s. Why are you messing with me this way? Linebacker zone extra short game. White die 5. Leonard Floyd that time could not make the play. We're not used to seeing him out in space, as we mentioned earlier. And the Vikings are up by midfield. They trail 9-6 And that field goal in the final moments of the first half. And now we're in the opening drive of the second half. Third quarter, second half. Off tackle right to Nick Chubb. Defense calls pass. 8 plus 21. Nick Chubb's getting kind of all or nothing in this game so far. Has 13 carries for 91 yards as he's had runs of 35, 21, and 21. So that's 77 yards and 3 carries. Otherwise, he's for 14. Chunky performance. Looking past the Watt, not being double teamed. The linebacker 6 stayed home this time. There are 2 other double teams in play. Picked off 2 to 5 and 12, intercepted on Joe Burrow's card. It's a look in, so it's not flat pass, the only touchdown. 5 plus 20 yards. That's Roquan Smith reading Joe Burrow's eyes, seeing where he's going to go, drifting in. Rookie mistake by Burrow. I got to say, 2 to 5 and 12, flat pass right pick number. Even on Burrow's cards, you throw all these passes, they're all guessed correctly. You are definitely going to run into more interception opportunities. I mean, that's the math anyway. It was 4. Off tackle left to James Howard Robinson, defensive tackle 2 or 6. Quinnen Williams will be 6 next year, makes the play. I think he was first team All-Pro for my Jets, who have no quarterback and probably won't get a good one. Derek Carr apparently can't hold the ball in cold weather or rain, and we do get some of that here in the Northeast. So they'll probably get him, and it'll be a disaster. Short pass to Terry McLaurin, defense against his run, 3-minute zone. Defender back to short game, Jamal Dean makes the play. The heady corner for the NFL's Buccaneers. And just like that, it's 3rd and 8 for Buffalo at the Minnesota 48. They've got to get a conversion here to take advantage of that pick and keep this drive alive. Certainly halted the Vikings' chances of getting points in what was a pretty good-looking Viking drive. Three wide, 1 halfback. Short pass McLaurin. 3-minute in the zone. Defense double teaming elsewhere. Double teaming Jamal Williams, as a matter of fact. Coming by 5. Dump off. Picked off 2 to 3 and 12. Not picked off, but complete, actually. I'm right. You don't see that too often. For 2 yards only, though. Innocuous completion to Justin Jefferson is brought down immediately, setting a 4th and 6. Ball for the Minnesota 46. Will Coffin corner punted. But Riley Dixon couldn't get the job done. The ball bounces into the end on Snake Eyes. I know Strat's got a lot of things to invest in or address, but in the NFL, I think you almost never see a punt go into the end zone anymore. So some numbers of that may be needed. As Glenn told us years ago, short pass Tyler Lockett, defense double teaming elsewhere. Burrow just continuing to fire away with reckless abandon. I'm not criticizing Dale when I say that. I'm just saying that's the way the team plays. And the semifinals is a dump off, short gain, 12 yards. And there's plenty of good things to be had. You got the dump off. You got his own card. You got bombs against 4s. Opening up, making it harder for him to call running against Nick Chubb. When he does, you got a potential long pass wrong against a 4. A bit of an all or nothing approach. And we've seen both. We've seen all and we've seen nothing. It sounds like a philosophical statement, but it isn't. There's been big plays and there's been 3 and outs. Flat pass right to Chubb. Linebacker 4 in the zone. The only non-6 linebacker amongst this trio for the Bills. Linebacker zone, that's a wide dive 5. Leonard Floyd getting picked on again. That's 13 yards and a first down. Up towards midfield. Minnesota now at their own 45-yard line. Trailing 9-6 early third quarter. How exciting to have a young quarterback like Joe Burrow be on your team for as long as you want, pretty much. One pass KJ Osborne on 1st and 10. Successful double team with one man. What would have happened if Dennis Love's doing this? What happened if Dale had thrown to a different receiver, still would have been incomplete with no men? It was a wide dive for anyway, so. 2nd and 10 for the Vikings. Well, Jalen Waddle, there's a man back there. Safety 4, though, and corner 4. She went a white dive 5 or 6 here. 9 long gain on Joe Burrow's card. Cooks up with Jalen Waddle. 65 yards, touchdown, 55 yards. Joe Burrow with his big bomb to Jalen Waddle, the rookie receiver, 12-9 Vikings. Carson comes out, misses the extra point. What's going on out there? He's only 2-10, but that's two missed extra points here. One for Carlson and one for the greater Matt Prater. And it's 12-9, so no harm, no foul. We can pretend each guy made the extra point. It's going to hurt them when they look to negotiate their contracts. Can they kick in a big spot? I don't know. Mid-third quarter, just about 8:24 to go. Off the right to Chuba for Buffalo after the touchback. And there's a 6 +2. So this guy says, get off that 3-6, Chuba. Chuba the Booba. That's that pro set. Off the right to Hollywood. 6 short game, +16 and a first down. Buffalo at the midfield. I feel like there's a lot of football between the 30s in this game. Or between like the 30 and the 40. Like my 30, the other guy's 40. Not as much penetration of the 40. But Hollywood can play in both halves, evidently. Long pass to Jefferson. Everyone blitzing. And Big Man is sacked by Malik Dowell, 5 out of 10. 1-61 sack. So a rare bomb attempt for the Bills. I don't think we've seen the Vikings bring the house before. That was the old, I'm going to bring everybody and call pass. Also get to stop the run. Off tackle right to Hollywood. Game's only one. Malik McDowell making another nice play. You would think this guy had a good career ahead of him. 3rd and 14 for the Bills. 6 minutes to go. And it's hard. If you have a defense that's called run some or enough, it's hard to run as many draw plays. And then they could do that, passing with the linebacker coming up more readily. 3rd and 14 for the Bills. 3 wide, 1 halfback shotgun. Jamal Williams in the backfield. He was double teamed on a previous 3rd and long. Not targeted, but double teamed. That pass right, Justin Jefferson throwing it to 0. White die 6 is +10. And the Bills will punt it if I know Scott, because it's 4th and 4 from their own 48. Could be game changing in the wrong direction if they fail here. And there's 5:24 to go in the 3rd quarter. And he's done a pretty good job against the Viking offense. But he's having a long look at it, and I am wrong. He's going to go for it. No guts, no glory, he says. Go big or go home. You don't want to go big and go home. If he doesn't get this could really be game-changing in the wrong direction. I would have punted it here, even though I don't mind going for it aggressively, depending on the personnel. The middle linebacker 6 scares me. Safety 6 as well. And you've got, 5s at the tackles. Chuba's not doing the great things. If that left the Hollywood gets wrong, 8 +6. That's why Scott's now at home calling the game. Well, he's also at home, but he's playing the game. His entire card, except for boxcars and the dreaded 5, was a first down. So Hollywood picking it up big time for these Bills as they cross midfield, 4th and 4. Went for it. Go big or go home indeed. 1st and 10 at the Viking 46. Linebacker to Jamal Williams, no linebackers there. Right guard 7-2. That man's a 5. Connor Williams could not make the play. White die 6. 2nd and 8. But staying with that ground game, though. They're not giving it up. And that's how you do it. That's how you be more successful. Particularly if you got good wrong cards. Can't give up in that run. Right, Dennis? As I was doing years ago. The disappointing Andrew Luck for the SOMIFA Jets. Linebacker Jamal Williams guess is wrong, but right guard reading again. Another good block. This time a good block for Connor Williams. Another reference to his rating. Makes it 3rd and 1 for Buffalo, the Minnesota 37. Do the Vikings have a game-changing defensive stance in them right here? We have only 18 and a half minutes left of Strat football to see who will face Dennis Crowley in the SOMIFA Super Bowl. Looking past to Chuba Hubbard. Linebackers are 6. Linebackers are +1 to +6. That's +1. Eric Hendricks makes a nice play, but not enough to prevent the first down. First and 10, Buffalo, the Minnesota 36. Off that to Chuba Hubbard. 8 is +6. Scott says it's about time. Get me on that part of the card. I think they may have been saying Wayne earlier in referencing Scott's team. I don't know why. Wayne coaches the Rams. I think they did play Buffalo in the previous game, but I'm getting older. Maybe I didn't do that. Who knows? 2nd and 4 for Buffalo at the Minnesota 30. Jamal Williams and Chuba the Booba in there. Live up to Jamal. Look at that right, guess right card, unless you get it on the defense. He does. He'll take it because it's 7 for 5 yards and a first down. The three-headed monster in the backfield for the Bills. It's been Chuba Hubbard, Hollywood Robinson, and Jamal Williams. Jamal now 7 carries for 40 yards. Had a big 18-yarder earlier in the game. 1:48 to go, third quarter. This one should be over by 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Looking past Pat Frymouth, wide open zone. 6 is 10 yards and a first down. As Scott not afraid to challenge at linebacker 6. He knows you might be seeing a vacate or slide out situation. So the middle linebacker slide out to the flat. The free safety come up to the flat. The looker was wide open. An easy pitch and catch to Friar Tuck. First and 10 for the Bills of the Minnesota 15. Off the right to Jamal Williams. Defense guesses correctly after flooding one flat. Offensive onside tackle. There's that man. As Brooklyn Dodgers fans evidently once said about Stan Musial, hence the nickname. And it is 8 yards. Again, the 4th offensive tackle reading, referencing Tyron Smith. So I apologize for that silence, but I was joking. We missed a touchdown and a short pass wrong. I did have the screen up. So I got to go a little slower here. I haven't called it in a while, and I have a cold / sore throat. Still recovering from a minor procedure I had last week. Not really, though. I'm feeling pretty good. I think I caught the cold in the hospital because we all know there's a lot of sick people there and a lot of bugs floating around. So I'll probably be less excitable the rest of the way so that I can survive the game. We had a short pass wrong touchdown from Big Ben to Justin Jefferson, giving Buffalo a 16-12 lead. Long pass, Marcus Callaway. One person back, safety 4, covered by a 4. Burrows at a cover, 6, incomplete in Burrow's card. Sets up a 3rd and 10. And a big one. I mean, if Minnesota goes 3 and out here, Buffalo, can give the long drive. They'll feel like they've really taken some control of the game. It'll become a desperate situation for the Vikings early in the 4th quarter. Semifinal, do or die. Scott's been single doubling in these 3rd and longs. There's been a couple of times he's slid out the middle linebacker. Short pass to Diggs, not double teamed. Covered by 4. 7's complete for Burrow. Right, wrong and double teamed. First and 10 Vikings at their own 37. That best right to Nick Chubb. Defense guesses correctly. Linebacker 4, defender +1 or +3. Shaq Thompson makes the play, a gain of only 1. 2nd and 9 for the Vikings. Linebacker Nick Chubb, defense guesses run correctly again. Center +4/+2. Humphrey could not make the block. Nerfed down to a 4. That was another white dice against Creed. No relation. Make the 3rd and 7. As the clock strikes 10 here on the East Coast. 9 Central, 7 Pacific. It's either 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. I forget. I do play Dungeons & Dragons with some Euros, with some Brits specifically. 3rd and 7 for the Vikings at their own 40. So facing another 3rd and long here. They're all big, particularly the longer the game goes, of course. Short pass, Nick Chubb. Foreman there. 5+10 in the first down for Burrow. 2nd, 3rd and long that Joe has converted on this drive. Off tackle Chubb, nobody there. Guessed wrong, but white die in play. There's a white die. 1. Ooh, that took away a big one. -2 would have been +27. But you're in the 4 wide, that's going to happen. So there is no might have been really. 2nd and 12. From that formation, there was no way that play was getting 27 yards because you had a white die 1. 2nd and 12. Off tackle left to Chubb, nobody there again. Looking for that 7, something in his card. 8 on the defense, perhaps. 2 to 3, 11 to 12 in the offense. Looking for a white die 2 or 3. 7 short game, right or wrong. That was guessed wrong. It was a white die 2. 13 yards in the first down. Chubb is over 100 yards, despite many correct calls. By Scott Mueller's getting hit when he hasn't guessed correctly a few times. 17 carries, 104. But he's had runs of 120, 125, and 13, making up the Lions' share of that. The Vikings don't hear what the Lions share. 4 wide, 1 halfback. Minnesota, the Buffalo 39. Flat pass right to Chubb. They'll be a little more methodical on this drive. Receiver incomplete. Chubb got decent yardage, 8 and 9 certainly, +8, +7. But otherwise, not really a great flat pass right card for running back. A lot of incompletions. Of course, Baker Mayfield was quarterbacking last year for the Browns. Been a disappointing career so far, to say the least. It was my former quarterback in another league. That's a long story. 2nd and 10. Flat pass right to Chubb again. Thrown at the floor. Leonard Floyd looking for white die 6. Receiver gets right. Incomplete to Chubb again. +12 gets wrong, but that wasn't going to happen. So Chubb not getting the job done in the flats a couple of times. He's getting the job done with the rock, with some big plays. I don't mean Dwayne Johnson. I mean with that Wilson NFL football. That is not a Russell Wilson reference, Dennis. Take it easy. 3rd and 10 for the Vikings. 9:36 to go. At the Buffalo 39, the drive was looking good. After a couple of 3rd and long conversions, they'll need another one to keep alive, or possibly a 4th down conversion, as they're in no man's land and trailing by 4. Linebacker Jordan Dick Chubb. The linebacker's there, but he's only a 4. Right guard 7 and 2. John Runyon Jr. could not make the block. He is a true 0. And it's 4th and 8 for the Vikings, the Buffalo 37. 9 minutes to go in the game. Down by 4. He's going to put it here. What does a touchback gain you? 17 yards of field position? You're not likely to really pin it inside the 10 too easily. And Strat for the 37. I think you have to go for it. Or you could try a super ass long field goal. I don't know what calls is out there, but it's a 54-yard attempt. We'll find out what it is. The negative foul could be in play unless he has the extended yardage, which many kickers do nowadays, if not most. 12 is bad. Kick has been blocked by Buffalo. They block the kick and they return it. Or they did not return it. They returned it for -2 yards. So we don't know what it would have been. But we know that the Vikings come away with no points. They still trail 16-12. Buffalo's got the ball at their own 44. Only 8:42 to go. It was 2-7, by the way. So 33-39. It's not a bad decision at all by Dale on 4th and 8. But it did not work out. Buffalo's in great field position. Field goal puts them up by a touchdown. Touchdown just about seals the deal. But they had a long way to go to get there. It's been a low-scoring game. 16-12, mid-fourth quarter. 8:42 to go. Off tackle left to Jamal Williams. Defense guesses passes. The linebacker there. Offensive outside end, +2 or -2. Terrible Terry McLaurin's a wide receiver. And Strat that makes you a 0 about 99% of the time. That was a 5 anyway. So even Boyd Dowler and Paul Warfield would not have made those blocks. 2nd and 12 for the Bills. Their own 42. That was the all-out blitz pass. Put the safety up, stuffing the run zones, and he got on the defense's guards out well. James Howard Robinson is in there. He's a threat with all those short gains. So Mike Dennis has him. Long pass, Terry McLaurin being double teamed by the linebacker. There's no one back there, though. The guy does not move into the zone. Dump off. One on Big Ben's card on the Snake Eyes. Oh, what a difference 1, 2, 3 versus 4, 5, 6 makes there. -1 for Big Ben. Gained on the defense. 3rd and 13 for Buffalo. That is a completion that keeps the guy in bounds, keeps the clock moving. 7.5 minutes left. Buffalo not looking to sit on a 4-point lead, that's for sure. But it doesn't hurt, I suppose. The clock continued running. You never know at the end of the game when there's extra 22 seconds. If the guy, if it had been true incompletion, they come into play. 3rd and 13. And we got a super fast long pass 5, one-man incomplete to Big Ben. As Strat was like, I'm going to hurry up all this stuff and I'll show you. There's a poor pump, 34 yards, but thanks to good field position, Eastside wins to get catching the Minnesota 25. Decent return card, decent 7 and 8 on the opponent PR. And 10's a fair catch. 6 is +22. 10's a fair catch. Yeah, 26 units of 5 yards or more there. But fair catch. 6:54 to go. The Vikings trailing 16-12 at their own 25-yard line. 1st and 10. Looking past the Tyler Lock. Defense calls run. Receiver guessed wrong against the run. 3 is 9 yards to Lockett. 4 is a long gain. Don't you know? Or 2 is incomplete. No one ever brings that up. Oh, look at the good one he missed. How about the other direction? 2nd and 1 for the Vikings. They must-have drive here to a degree. 3 and out is almost better than 8 and out at no points, if you know what I mean. 4 wide, 1 halfback. Again. I think they'll love to run Chubb in these situations. Try and hit something big on the guess wrong. Off tackle left to Chubb. 9 is 5 yards to the first down. Minnesota up to 39. Field goal does them no good. But if they had that Carlson field goal last time, only 2-7. They'd have been in much better shape. Ball 12 was blocked. Scott's got a little conservative here. Flat pass left to Tyler Lockett. Now he's double teaming KJ Osborne. The 6. And 6 is +2. White die for anyway. 2nd 8 Vikings. 5:06 to go. They're throwing 41. They need 59 yards to pay dirt. I do appear to be live. I don't have any guests here. I don't think there's anyone watching the game in their league manager or whatever, you know what I'm saying. No one else, I think, is watching the game in the game. But there'll be broadcast if you want to see. Flat pass right to Nick Chubb. 2 linebackers in zone. 4 is incomplete. That would have been a white die 4. Or was a white die 4? That would have been defended +1 and +3. So it only would have been a 1-yard pickup. But 3rd and 8 for Burrow on his own 41. 4:48 to go. Super Bowl berth on the line. The real Joe Burrow played the AFC Championship game just about a week ago. 8 days ago, let's say. Super Bowl Sunday coming at you 6 days from now. I don't recall if we will be subjected to Tony Romo for that game. and run right, and run left. The next defense gets it correctly. Defensive card will still be good for the offense. Offensive on today, +9, +4. So a ballsy call by Scott on 3rd and 8, knowing that Dale is going to go for it on 4th, most likely. Still calls run. It was an end run. 8 would have been the first down. Got the 7 offensive on today, and that was a receiver. And it's from the 4 wide, so no chance there. But 4th and 4 now for the Vikings. Their own 45, 4:12 to go. They will go for it. I think you have to here. Huge play here. Could be the play of the game if the Bills stop the Vikings. Take over the Minnesota 45 with a short field. I'm smelling a flat pass. I'm going to guess a looking pass to Diggs. Dale taking his time with this one. Now the play is in. Burrow approaching the line of scrimmage. Flat pass left, KJ Osborne. Defense double team is elsewhere. Double team Nick Chubb. In fact, 6 is 4 yards and a first down. Osborne diving for the sticks, gets it, and the Vikings are still alive at their own 49, 3:54 to go. They trail 16-12. Touchdown, please. Touchdown or go home. You got 3:54 to get it. Not to mention the Bills get the ball. Should best Tyler Lockett, 4 minutes. The interception is always ready to rear its ugly head. Here with Burrow, 2-9 gets right. And good pass defense cards and 4-minute zone a good percentage of the time. We've seen a lot of short passes. We've already seen 2 Burrow interceptions. Neither on a successful double team, so you might be greedy looking for another one. I'm just saying it's in play. That was an incomplete pass on the short pass right, 3. 2nd and 10, 3:36 to go. Looking past to Marcus Callaway, throwing at the 6. Single coverage. 5 is complete for 6 yards on Burrow's card. 3rd and 4 as the Vikings cross midfield at the Buffalo 45-yard line. 3 minutes to go. They need a touchdown. Field goal, no good. I mean, a field goal would be no good. I don't mean someone tried a field goal. I don't mean attempted a field goal and it was no good. I hope you're all paying attention. 3rd and 4 for the Vikings at the Buffalo 45. 4 wide, 1 halfback. You might see a run with Chubb this time. You run the risk of losing a yard and having a 4th down with containment against you. Yeah, I'm not going to dare him to guess run again. The wide dives and play by Lucky. Long pass, KJ Osborne. Cover by 4. Nobody back there. Defense gets it correctly. 12 is a must run. 10 yards. Burrow looks for Osborne in single coverage, but decided against it. Saw a hole where he could run and stepped up and scrambled for 10 yards, as we have seen him do from time to time in the NFL. To 8 is 5 yards or more. And a big scramble by the new Joe Cool. And it's 1st and 10 for Minnesota at the Buffalo 35. Short pass to Tyler Lockett. Defense gets his run. Oh, 4-minute zone. Picked off 2 to 6, 7 to 12. Picked off by the Buffalo defense. Darius Slay on a 3. And as I said earlier in the drive, throwing a lot of these short passes, long passes against the good, throwing into form a lot. Burrow's good picks on his own card. That's how Minnesota has played, but it can bite you, and it bites them here in a huge spot. Now only 2:24 to go. Their 3rd turnover, the 3rd interception from Burrow with the game. None of them on a double team. Flat pass right to Friar Tuck. There's a 0 linebacker there, guessed incorrectly. Buffalo now with the ball as I'm calling this from their own 20. Linebacker in zone, he's a 0, so 15 yards in the first down. Buffalo not trying to get out of bounds, that's for sure. And it's 15 yards up to their own 35. 2-minute warning sounds. Vikings save their timeouts. Might have wanted to call a timeout there. Get it to 2:06. Otherwise, after this play, you're going to call timeout anyway. You'll be at 1:52. You would have saved 8 seconds. 1st and 10 for Buffalo. Linebacker Chubb, defense getting a pass. Nobody there. 8 is +7. And now it's going to be 2nd down in 3. The Vikings call timeouts. See, now it's 152 with 2 timeouts. If you call a timeout at 2:06, it's 2-minute warning with 2 timeouts. So you do save 8 seconds. If you're on defense that way, second in this type of situation, 2nd and 3 for the Bills. They can win this game with a first down. Pro set. Chuba Hubbard and Jamal Williams. Center's only a 4. Tackles are both 6s. Looking back to Justin Jefferson gets a 6. Gets wrong. Receiver +9. First down. Buffalo across midfield. Vikings will call timeout. A minute 45 left. They've got 1 timeout. So you're going to get to, I believe, 137 after this play. I never get this exactly right. They can either run it out or get damn close. Let's see if Scott has figured it out. If he takes a knee, then you know that he's saying, yes, so I can run this out, Tom. I figured out the clock better than you have just now. Why don't Jamal Williams against short yardage? Big Ben's fumble number is 6.7. So I picked up Cam Newton. He's 1.2. I have a car. So if I get in a situation near the end of a game and I'm winning, Carr can take a seat. Hopefully he doesn't leave the team like he did with the Raiders. 2nd and 8, 137 to go. 2nd down play, 3rd down play. I think you get down to like 8 seconds before that. I think he can maybe turn it over with 1 second left, perhaps, or get the first down. But a 6.7 snap fumble is scary. John Williams is 6.0. Quarterback that starts the drive, finishes the drive. So off tackle left to Chuba. 4 gets rights 2 yards. He's also minimum fumble. Jamal Williams and Chuba both minimum fumble. 301 on the snap fumble for Big Ben. No dice there. No timeout for the Vikings. Buffalo at the Viking 45. 3rd and 6. Pro 4-3 shows blitz. This has to be a run, I assume. You're up by 4. Big Ben takes a knee. He's going to get it down to 8 seconds. 4th and 7. He's going to punt it. Let's see if we get a block here. He's at 12. I think Dixon has it at 12. Let's know with Jake Bailey. Go on the coffin corner. He gets a good coffin corner. Goes 35 yards down to the 11-yard line. And the Vikings will have 1 chance for an 89-yard touchdown from their own 11 with 1 second left. You need a long pass right, long gain on Joe Burrow's card, or a receiver, probably with 2 men in zone, long gain on your receiver's card. Those are your only 2 options. So, throw to somebody and go all the way. And I think the rule is all the receivers can in the final moment. And it's somebody not double teamed. You can see 3 double teams here. Outside linebacker can do it. Safety can do it. Extra DB can drop back. So there's still 2 men in the zone. So the odds are slim for the Vikings. They've had a very good year. This will be Scott's either first or second Super Bowl appearance. He may have played Tim the Super Bowl. I don't recall. I don't recall if Scott has won one either. I feel like he did, but I don't recall for sure. As I stopped doing that year-by-year thing a year or 2 back, when my interest was down. Long best Tyler Lockett. Single coverage to Lockett. He's a 10 long in Burrow's card. 60 complete. And that is the game. The Buffalo Bills intercept Joe Burrow 3 times. Get a 58-yard completion from Big Ben to Justin Jefferson. We're consistent with the ground game. We're probably outgained from scrimmage. 383 to 294. It was 3 turnovers to 1 in their favor, as Joe Burrow was only 21 to 41, 258, a touchdown, 3 interceptions. Big Ben only threw the ball 24 times, 15 of 24, 164, 1-0. 3 Buffalo backs carried the ball 10 times each. Hollywood led the way with 54 yards, Jamal Williams 48 and a touchdown, Chuba Hubbard 34 yards. Justin Jefferson 6 catches, 86 yards, and a touchdown for the victorious Bills. And the Buffalo Bills will play the Seattle Seahawks in the Super Bowl. And I'm getting some, hold on, sideline reporter Dennis Crowley reporting that both of these coaches have won the championship. I could not remember if Scott had. So Dennis loves to play the underdog, or pointing out Scott undefeated in Super Bowl play as a member of SOMIFA. Right, I'm sure Dennis has lost at least one Super Bowl. So, is that what you're telling me, Dennis? Undefeated Super Bowl play for your opponent this year? This year, Dennis is a perpetual, likes being the scrappy underdog. Did you won like 47 championships, Dennis? I hate to break it to you. You're not the underdog. You're the unstoppable machine. So, you are the one who knocks. If to paraphrase Walter White, it might be a direct quote. Dale wanted to know. Okay. Show me postseason record 6-4, 6-4-5. Is that what is that? Is that 6 playoff appearances, 4-5? I am totally lost. 6 playoff appearances, 4-5 record. He has to be the playoff on the 6 times. Dale in 4 times, 4-3. I don't know. Anyway, that is the game. Congratulations to Scott. Good job by Dale. We'll see when the Super Bowl is and if we get to call it or not. A lot of stuff going on. Maybe someone else steps up. We'll see. I'll now end my broadcast, and I'll put it up when I can here very shortly.